Hey y'all, this is DJ Santana, host of Moonlit Vibes, only on Vaquero Radio Thursdays at 3. Hey, I'm back. Ooh, that's an echo. Is it still there? Okay, hold on. Okay, I think it's just on the headphones. Wait. Hello? I genuinely don't know if there is an echo or not, and I'm so sorry if there is an echo. Okay. Anyway, I'm back. I'm so sorry that I was gone last week. I didn't have car trouble because I don't drive, but the person that was driving me had car trouble, so. Yes. Let's see. What? Oof, it has been such a crazy week last week, and then last week I had so much just happening all at once that I was like, and then it's come over to this week, and it's awful. But I'm here and I'm having fun. Got some music. Let's see. I know there was something else that I wanted to say. I do not remember what. Oh, okay. Now I remember. I have questions. Always remember you can send in questions through Instagram. Like through my personal Instagram, or I don't know. I think you can send it to like on a radio, and I think they would tell me, but I do not know that for a fact, and I do not want to say that. But you can also leave it a comment on the Radio FX app, or you can. Okay, here's what you do. You go to a Walmart parking lot at like 3 a.m. Okay, you find if they left a cart outside, then you're good. If they didn't, you're gonna have to bring your own cart. Okay, so you get the cart, you kick it, you turn it upside down, you stand on top of it, and you make these sounds out of your mouth that are like whoa, 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 whoa. And then there's gonna like a cloud is gonna appear above you, and it's gonna be blue. It's gonna be really cute. And then you just like whisper your question into the cloud, and the cloud will come to me, and it will tell me what your question was. So, I mean, that's the only surefire way to get your question to me. Yeah. Anyway. So, as you guys know, this is a student-run station, and we are always looking for more DJs. So, I'm going to play a little promo to give you guys more information on becoming DJs, and then we'll get into some music. I have some Megan and Beyonce, some Kelly Uchis, the new Doja Cat. I have that, and I'm going to play it. This is Moonlit Vibes. I'm DJ Santana, and you're listening to Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station. Alright, that was Kiss Me More by Doja Cat featuring SZA. Let's hop into some questions already. Oh my god, that is not what I meant to do. Okay. Don't you guys just love that song? I think Kiss Me More is so good. Okay. Here is a good one. How do I stop going back to a cheater? Well, you have to tell yourself, you have to let yourself accept the fact that the person that you're with is probably never going to stop being a cheater. And if they continuously do it, it says more about them than it does about you. Although after a while, it just starts saying something about you. And the thing it's saying is that you do not value yourself enough. There is no reason to keep going back to someone that has cheated on you so many times. And it's always the same thing. Like it's for so many people, it's always so hard just to let go of that person because it's like, oh, we've been together for so long. Yada. No one can truly love you and cheat on you continuously. It's not, no matter what they say. And I mean, a lot of the times it's both parties just not being cognizant? I don't know. We're going to say that's the word. Cognizant enough to realize that the relationship just is not working anymore. I mean, because maybe not all of us, but most of us have probably like been talking to someone and then you realize that they're in a relationship. You're like, why are you doing this? It's like, well, and they're like, well, I love this. I love my partner or spouse or whomever. And I never want to break up with them, but I still, want to have fun. It's like, where is the disconnect? Who hurt you? It just never makes any sense. And I've always found it so ridiculous and so kind of funny in like a really sick and twisted way that it's just like, wow, that this is love to you, continuously cheating on your partner. But I mean, with that being said, I don't want to be so judgmental, but I mean, gosh, it's just it's ugh. I mean, obviously, I understand that I get like a lot of questions. Oh my goodness, questions about like cheating and relationship stuff because that's like what I've opened myself to. But I feel like I've said this before, and I'm gonna keep saying it all the time. The person cheating on you always says so much more about a person that is so willing to stay in a relationship with you and be with you while they're cheating. It doesn't say anything about you until you allow it to keep happening. All that it says about you is that you are willing to put up with this so much from someone that supposedly loves you. If they loved you, they would not be cheating on you every 5 minutes. It would not be happening. You got to get out of there. I mean, there is no good reason to stay with a cheater because, I mean, usually it's always like, oh, I don't know how to be alone. I'm scared to be like alone. I don't want to do this. Or so, it's so much worse when y'all have a kid. But I mean, it's still this a similar thing in that you have to. It doesn't matter what, you can't keep putting yourself through this. There is no good reason to keep putting yourself through that. If someone's going to be a consummate cheater, it doesn't matter how much you want to change them. If they were going to change, it's probably not going to be for you. I mean, that's what usually happens after you try to, explain to your spouse something and you keep telling them something. And listen, the spouse that does not change for you but changes for someone else. Wow. Sorry, I just got really mixed up with my words. If your spouse or partner or whomever does not change for you, there is someone out there that they will change for, and it is just not you. It is just not you. Because, I mean, how many times have we all had, for us or for your friend or something or someone around you, they spend all their time trying to change their partner, and then as soon as they break up, their partner changes for the next person they're dating. It's just that they were not going to change for you. Yeah, don't do it. All right, let's pull out a tarot card for the person that asked this question. Honestly, I feel like it can really mess with your self-esteem and your self-image if you stay with a partner that continuously keeps cheating. Don't do that. Do not. Just go. Well, all right. The card you got is the Knight of Cups reversed. Now, the Knight of Cups tells us about an idle person who is a swindler and a trickster and a consummate liar and who is always willing to put themselves at risk. This person that you're with is not going to change for you. You can beg them and plead them and make any ultimatum that you want. They are not going to change for you. They might not leave you for whatever reason is going on in their sick and twisted little mind, but they are not going to change for you. It's just never going to happen. And I'm so, so sorry. That's what the cards are saying. I mean, I don't know. For all like I say, the cards are like a guide and helpful. If you don't want to take the advice that comes from the cards, you do not have to. You don't even have to take the advice that comes from me. You know? But yes, the Knight of Cups is the type of person that just will stay put, will stay idle, and keep making your life a living heck. Can I say that? I don't even know. And if you just let them. So dump them, get rid of them, kick them out of your house if y'all are living together. I don't know, break their PlayStation if they have one, an Xbox, whatever. Break something. It'll make you feel better. All right. Let's do another question. Can I say the word hangover on air? I'm just gonna assume I can. What are some hangover cures? I'm blessed in that I don't get hangovers. It definitely has more to do with me being God's favorite rather than it does that alcoholism runs in my blood, and that's the story I'm sticking with. I don't know. I think the best way to like stop a hangover is to try to prevent it beforehand, because all a hangover is really, really bad dehydration. So while you're drinking, drink water. Literally last week, a week before, the week before last, I don't know. At the beginning of April, my friend had her 21st, and I was going shot for shot with my other friend, and my other friend got blackout and woke up feeling like crap. Can I say that? Feeling like doo-doo the next day, and I woke up feeling great. Well, I woke up feeling a little moist, but that had nothing to do with me. um, yeah. I don't know. I mean, and the next day, eat something like big and greasy, something super unhealthy. Let it soak up all the alcohol that's in your system. Make sure to get lots of water. Painkillers always help. Coffee is supposed to be good. Uh, yeah, but the best thing you can do is try to prevent it beforehand. Either don't drink, which I mean that's lame. Although if you abstain, I totally understand. Um, or just drink water in between. Like for every shot, or no, like every 3 shots, drink some water. Or just don't harm yourself. You're supposed to be drinking to have fun, not to feel awful the next day. Can I even pull a tarot card out for this question? You know what? I'm going to. Let's see. Do the cards have any type of advice for a budding alcoholic? I doubt you're an alcoholic, but I make jokes sometimes on the air. All right, the card that you got is the Moon. Now, the Moon is all about like imagination, intuition, creativity. But for me, whenever I pull this card out for someone, it also means being free and usually like being free, being stress free, being out and about, like having fun. We are in a pandemic, so please, if you're going to drink responsibly, and also put a mask on after every drink, or don't stand next to people so close, or do something. Anyway, yeah, this is just telling me that to listen to your body's natural intuition. Don't push yourself further than you have to, because your body will let you know. And the next day when you're hungover, that is your body punishing you for what you did last night. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it is just really severe dehydration, but it can feel like you're dying. So, yeah, that's it. That's the advice from me and the universe. All right, up next we have Easy by Troye Sivan and Casey Musgraves. We have some Cardi B. We have some Ariana coming up. You're listening to Moonlit Vibes, only on Vegeta Radio, the Valley Student Station. All right, that was Up by Cardi B. Let us hop back into some questions. Ooh, I don't know what that sound was, but we're just gonna pretend it didn't happen. Let's hop back into some questions. All right, what are some good ways to boost self-esteem? Oh my god, I could write a dissertation on this. Self-esteem is something that's supposed to ebb and flow all the time. Like, I don't think you're supposed to feel amazing about yourself all the time, but you're supposed to at least like yourself. I don't know what I like to do. I mean, every time I go outside or have to be around people, the best way that I know to get my self-esteem up and make sure that I'm feeling confident and great is to just like do my hair, do my makeup, and make sure I'm wearing like a really cute outfit. Like, I mean, even to come here to the station, like I make sure my face is beat and my hair looks semi-decent and my outfit is kind of cute. But I know that for some people to feel good and about themselves and feel very like good in their self-esteem is to just be comfortable, to go out in like sweatpants and a tank top. So it takes a lot of knowing yourself and knowing how you can feel the most confident and the most comfortable and the most yourself. Also, a lot of it is a lot of faking it till you make it. Just tell yourself, I am a confident person and I don't care what anyone thinks, and just walk out into the world. That works like 50% of the time, 75%, depending on like on what aspect of like the mind you are. But I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, self-esteem, not what works for me is not going to work for everyone, and what works for everyone, like everyone has different ways that they interact with the world and different ways that they see themselves. So kind of trying to give an answer that encompasses every single person is going to be a little bit hard. Let me think. I mean, lately, this past week, I have been feeling so bad about myself. Not just like self-esteem wise, but just because with everything that was going on, my mind was just like, I don't want to do this right now. Which, happens to all of us from time to time. And what I was doing is, even when I was at home in pajamas, like barely doing anything, I would spray some of my favorite perfume on, and just that little smell would make me feel like, oh my god, yes, I'm here. I can do this. Although I say that, but my perfume, like, I'm gonna run out of that stuff way faster than I should because I'm just, anyway. Sometimes that's all you need, or maybe just like a day to revitalize yourself and let your self-esteem come a little bit more naturally. Not everyone has a good self-esteem about themselves, and for some people it does come a little bit more naturally. But I mean, the thing that I know works for almost everyone is faking it till you make it. It's like that study that came out like forever ago that was, if you fake a smile, eventually your brain will convince itself that you've been happy this whole time. I don't know how true that is. I don't really trust scientists. I think most of them are lying to us. But I mean, I think it works. I think pretending to just be like, you know what, I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling great. Also, just little touches. Sometimes just like adding a little bit of jewelry or some like, or wearing cute underwear. Like, even if it's something no one else sees, as long as you know and you feel it, it will change how you feel. It really is just a lot of that. And I mean, I think since we've been inside with this pandemic thing that's been going on, the pandemic thing, it it's made us all become a little bit more self-aware of how we present ourselves to other people, because you're on Zoom all the time, you're on like FaceTime all the time, or you're, you know, and I think for some people it became less, for some people it became more, but definitely coming out of the pandemic, as more people get vaccinated and things start looking less crazy, it will be a whole shift. I think the best thing to remember is fake it till you make it, and that everyone else is in their own mind. Everyone else is thinking, can they tell that I feel ugly? And honestly, most of the time, no, we don't. I barely know what's going on half the time. And when I'm like out and about with other people, I'm barely noticing if someone is like feeling anxious or if they don't look as good as like, I don't, oh my God. Okay, sorry. You guys can't see this, but in front of me, there's this TV and it has the little DVD like moving up and down, like bouncing around the screen. And it just went perfectly into the corner. And oh my God, that was amazing. Yeah, sorry. I think I have ADHD. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a tarot card for you though. Let's see. Tarot. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So you got the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is about success, unexpected luck, change of fortunes, chance, all the good things. For me, whenever I'm doing someone's reading, if I'm doing like a whole reading and the Wheel of Fortune comes out, that always means to me that the path you're on has to do with your destiny and your fate. Like you're on a good path. That you're like, it's gonna affect you well. Honestly, self-esteem is a journey for almost everyone. And once you figure out what works for you, it will change your whole outlook on everything. And you're so close. I can totally tell that you are so close to finding out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. But you have to give yourself those chances to see. I mean, you can't just flip a switch and have great self-esteem. I wish you could. I'm sure you can. But I'm sure for some people, they can just flip a switch and they're like, I feel amazing about myself. But, you know, life. Yeah. Just keep on. Remember what I said. And always, I mean, honestly, just try to figure out what works best for, oh my God, it happened again. What works best for, sorry. I'm so sorry. I definitely have ADHD. But yeah, just keep on. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. Up next, I have Ariana Grande featuring Doja and Megan, and I have The Neighborhood. But before that, let me play one of the promos for one of the other shows that we have. This is a promo for the show we have here called The Chill Hour. You're listening to Moonlit Vibes only on Vacata Radio. All right, that was Where Does the DJ Go by Kylie Minogue. Da 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 da. Okay. Let's hop back into questions. Okay. How to come out for a second or third time. All right. I have come out more than once myself, and I know that a lot of people have. Gigi Gorgeous, a YouTuber, vlogger person, model, he has come out like 4 times. People like Kalani, the pop singer, she's come out again like another time, and I mean, for a lot of people, sexuality and gender expression is a spectrum. I mean, it ebbs and flows. There's weird things. It's just a thing. We all as humans, our experience is all very different, and trying to label something can be hard. I mean, I came out as like a gay man like when I was younger, and then as I got older and I started like experimenting with my gender expression, I realized that I didn't identify fully as a man. Like, it was this whole thing. Now I like identify more as like non-binary trans femme, like very much that. It can be a weird thing. I know off the top of my head, I can think of a lot of like public figures that have had to come out like more than once just because. So I mean, love and sexuality and gender expression can be all so vastly different, and when you're trying to like label yourself, and a lot of the time it really does come from the preconceived ideas that we have about ourselves, because I mean, listen, I truly believe in trying anything at least once, maybe twice, just to see if the first time was a fluke. And it took me a while to be like, you know what, I'm this person, and this is how I identify, and this is what I enjoy and what I don't like, and how I like to dress and how I like to act, and da 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 da. I mean, I know that I prefer guys. I like guys. I mean, I've tried to like girls, but it's just not for me. I think women are beautiful, and people of a feminine expression can be beautiful and gorgeous and ethereal, but it does nothing for me, which is fine. But I think it was good for me to question that about myself and be like, well, I mean, am I just putting myself in a box? Do I just think that because I'm a more feminine person that I only like men? And then I I realized that no, I really just unfortunately, am only attracted to men, which sucks for me. But I mean, also, I can be attracted to non-binary trans masc people or trans men. I'm not like, I am not held to like, I will only date cis men or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it can be weird as you're honestly realizing about yourself can be a lot easier than telling other people, because that can be so much harder. And honestly, that's what stops a lot of people from like being who they are, and you know, coming to terms with that. 'Cause, I mean, it's a lot easier to come to terms with who you are than it is to tell someone, okay, this is who I am. Especially because there's always like preconceived notions of what it means to be some type of way. Like we look at people who I'm trying to think. I mean, for a lot of people, the journey of going from, oh, I'm gay or like a lesbian, to, oh, I'm trans or I'm non-binary or I actually have a different gender expression. It does happen a lot, because there's always that idea that like, oh, I'm only gay. Like I don't feel my, I wish you guys could see what the hand gesture I just did. My gender expression has nothing to do with who I'm attracted to, yada yada. But I mean, and there's nothing wrong with coming out more than once. The main thing you have to remember is that there is nothing wrong with coming out a second time. Because, I mean, you just come out and you are who you are at the time and you think what you think. And then as you learn and you grow, I mean, it happens to everyone. And if it hasn't happened to you, then you're not thinking enough. I mean, experiment with yourself. Look at other people's experience. Don't experiment with yourself. Well, I don't think I can say that on air. But, allow yourself to research like how other people feel about their sexuality or how their gender identity or how it evolved for them. And you know what? If at the end of the day you are straight and cis, that is okay. I'm not going to be friends with you. I'm just kidding. I mean, it happens to everyone. I think allowing yourself to experiment and be, more free with your expression and your gender is good. It's a good thing. I think everyone should try it at least just to see if it fits. If it doesn't fit, then you can say, you know what? I don't like this. I didn't like this. It's not for me. But at least you can say you tried it. At least you can say for sure. I mean, why limit yourself? This is the only life we get to experience. Why are you limiting yourself to only one thing? If you don't like it, you didn't like it. I mean, I'm sorry. I almost knocked the mic over. I'm talking with my hands so much. Let's pull out a tarot card for the person that asked this question. I'm sorry. I'm having so much trouble. All right. The card that you got is the card of strength. The strength card is my phone fell. The strength card has more to do with figurative strength and mental strength than it does with physical strength. Sometimes it takes courage to say, I am going to try to figure myself out, which isn't a bad thing. And you never have to tell anyone anything if you're not ready. You could literally like show up dating a bunch of different people and you don't have to explain yourself. You don't. You could walk in one day wearing a full 3-piece suit with ugly shoes, and then the next day you come in full drag. And that's no one's business. It is their business if you're not covered up properly and you're not wearing a mask. But other than that, it really is no one's business. You can really do whatever you want. Yeah, I think right now, you person that asked this question, you have to go over some mental barriers, which, I mean, it happens to all of us. A lot of us, it takes time to kind of break down those preconceived barriers of who we are, who we are expected to be. But one of the big things about the card of strength is to remember love over hate. There's always going to be so much more love than hate in the outside world. And it can be scary when you see the way that people are persecuted for just existing. But yeah, I mean, love who you love, act how you act, just don't be rude. Just don't be an awful little gremlin of a person. And I mean, it shouldn't bother anyone. Freedom. Express yourself freely with who you love, who you date, how you exist in this world. I mean, everything, your perception is your own, and you are the only one who is going to be living this life. If you're really going to live your life for someone else, it doesn't make any sense. If you're really going to live your life not happy just because you're living it for someone else, there is no point. It doesn't make any sense. That was deep. All right, up next, we have, funnily enough, I had this song queued up before I even answered this question. We have Call Me By Your Name by Lil Nas X. And then after that, we have Telepatía by Kelly Uchis. We might have another song. I don't know how I'm doing on time. But yeah. All right. You're listening to Moonlit Vibes. I'm DJ Santana. And you are listening to to Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station. All right, that was Telepatía by Kelly Uchis, and that is my hour. It has been so fun, as it always is. I'm going to be back next Thursday with more questions and more music. This has been DJ Santana on Moonlit Vibes, and you're listening to Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station. Hey y'all, this is DJ Santana, host of Moonlit Vibes, only on Vaquero Radio, Thursdays at 3. At 3.